Hello guys, welcome to Total Technology. I am Supratim back with the Pandas series. I know it's a quite long, but the circumstances are like that. Anyway, today we are going to discuss about pivot and pivot tables, melt stack, unstack and cross stack functions of Pandas. Basically, uh, so let's get started without any further delays. And basically, if you see one by one, we will discuss. First, we will discuss about pivot and pivot tables. It is the function or format which we use to reshape the data. Most of the times or many times you will come across different type of data which you need to do reshaping, and pivot will give you the basically it will give you the interchange the row columns and different type of datas. So without any further delay, let's get started. And yes, we are going to use Jupyter notebook. Okay, so let's go to pivot. And actually I was just trying something. Okay, okay, so if you want to know what is pivot, let's search Google Pandas pivot table. Or you can also Pandas pivot. So see, this is the, suppose this is our data frame. This is the index and this is the column, and these are the values of it. So using pivot you can change, see this bar, this row becomes here columns and columns becomes row. So you can do that by supplying index columns and values to it. So let's us do it. Firstly, import pandas as pd as usual, then import numpy as np, then data frame. I have one data frame which name is weather.csv. So pd.read csv weather.csv. Okay, So here you can see there is the one data frame in which it contains the weather data, the temperature and pressure. Sorry, temperature and humidity. And so now we will use pivot here and let's see what's it's going to happen. Data frame dot pivot, and if we type index, if it is like this it will give error. See, so data frame I mean pivot takes couple of arguments, and those are index means rows, which column you want to be as your row. So let's say I am going to set city as my row, then for columns I want date, and let's run this. So here you can see that here city becomes the row, and date becomes your um, I mean to say columns. Similarly, you can also use values, uh, supply values as humidity. So what I mean by that, let's us suppose if you supply values is equal to humidity, it will basically filter your value. It will only show you the humidity, not temperature. See how easy and cool is that? Okay, so as you see, there are lots of uh, things you can do with this pivot. And now we will go to pivot table. To demonstrate the pivot table, I have another data frame with the 2.csv. So similarly, df is equal to pd dot read csv weather 2.csv df. Here you can see for the same date I have two different values for New York, for Mumbai, from like this. The values temperature and humidity may be from morning. It was recorded couple of times. So using pivot table we can get the what I say is the average temperature or aggregate function with this. Basically, if you see, you will understand. If we supply def dot pivot table, similarly supply index as city, columns is equal to, let's say, date. So now if we run this code, you can see for each and every date it is showing the average value. It is taking those all average humidity and temperature value on city wise and giving it. What a beautiful thing it is. Similarly, if we supply, say margin is equal to true, margins is equal to true, so let's see, it is giving. Also you can supply agfunc, means aggregate functions, which function you'll use, and if you say it is sum, np.sum, so it is basically summing these all values for date wise. For I will let you know one trick, a little bit useful in Jupyter Notebook. For in the function, if you click on the function and then click shift tab, it will give you the details of it. So if we go there, you can see the func can be mean or other thing or some, fill value, margins, drop in. If you have something n value, you can drop those rows and columns, and parameter act func. So that is pivot and pivot table. And now we will use, or we will know about grouper. So for grouper, let's say so in group by function you can select, or select in grouper you can select a group. It is basically a group by which can select a column. So for that, let us simply similarly read another one, pd.read .csv, read underscore csv, weather 3.csv. And now df. Okay, now as you can see, there is temperature and humidity value which is present here, and for grouper function we will use key as a date. So that's why let us first change this weather .csv date to date pandas date time, because it is basically a now string. So how to change the def date is equal to pd dot to date time df date. So basically it is changing data frame to date time. Now you can use group by. So how to use it? Df dot pivot table. In index we will use index is equal to pd dot grouper, and you will use frequency is equal to m key is equal to date and as usual columns is equal to we will see as city. Sorry, it should be frequency. Here you can see. So basically what it is doing, if you see carefully this data frame, in the month of May I have the temperature and humidity of New York, say 1 2 3 for the 3 dates, and it is also having for the month of December with the temperature and humidity temperature are very low. So suppose if you want to know the average aggregate or average temperature of New York or New York City in the month of May or in December, in that case you should use this grouper function. So basically this is written as index pivot table index pd dot grouper. Now it takes couple of argument as frequency and key. uh, so if you go, go to Google and type pandas grouper documentation, so see frequency, this will group the specified frequency in the target selection. In frequency you can have multiple values here for say suppose monthly, annually, like this, and also it will take key group key which selects the grouping column of the target. So basically I want to know the monthly, so I am using m, and key is my date because I want this grouping function on the date, and as a column I want the city to know the temperature and humidity. So that is how it is working and showing you the beautiful looking data frame containing all the values as the way you want to see it. So basically you can see the pandas has emerged for as I know for the financial purposes. So the that's why the library are so enriched and powerful for this type of analysis in pandas. So in the next part we will discuss about reshaping data frame using melt, and after that the stack and cross stack. So stay tuned with us guys, and don't forget to subscribe us. Basically we are as you know, we have started this channel from scratch, and I don't know nothing about programming. I have just started to learn it now by some inspiration or other things. Let's that keep aside. The thing I want to share with you guys that whenever I try to give videos, before that I need to work on that, or you can say I need to learn that, because I am not from the familiar programming background. I am from some other background and I have started doing programming or coding just few months back. So for me it is not possible to uh, do coding by 1.5 hour 2 hour continuously without what say what to say without properly doing my background exercise and other things. So actually what I learn I try to what I learn and try to share that things with you, so that it will be more helpful to me and to you also. To me, I mean, whenever I learn something and I try to do it on the videos, I try to do it correctly, and it is also a way of my exercise, you can say. So keep encouraging me. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, or all else you know where the thumbs down button is, and comment your feedback so that we can improve. And that's it guys, see you in the next video if alive. Okay, bye.